Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Sam, and today we're going to do my TBR for December. Now, it's a little bit early. The month is not done yet. I have 2 books on my TBR. I have from November that I have not started yet. I have a feeling I'll start one of them, but I don't think I'm going to get to all of them. I got distracted reading other things. And I didn't read as much this month as I had planned on reading. So I am going to add an extra draw to my TBR game. Now, for those of you who are new, I do a card draw TBR game every month. I have a board right next to me that has a prompt that connects to each of the cards in a normal 52 card deck. And normally each month I will draw 6 cards, and that will dictate my TBR. Now, because I probably will not get through all of my books for my TBR for this month, mostly because of the holiday, we are traveling, and my original plan was that I would be traveling alone for about 8 hours in one day, which meant that I would be able to listen to my audiobook for that time. But I am no longer traveling alone. I am traveling with my husband or with my father. I'm not sure which one. I know all 3 of us are going up. I'm not sure how we're divvying up the cars. We haven't decided that yet, so we'll get there. But I will not be alone. I will not have my headphones, so I will not be listening to my audiobook there, so I probably won't get through them all, unfortunately. But that means I'm just going to add an extra draw to this TBR. What I used to do is I'd add a draw per book I didn't read, but I'm just going to do one for everything because per book just was not going well for me at all. So they're going to do a quick shuffle, and then we're going to jump right into it. So I've been doing this TBR game for a while, and I really enjoy it. Okay, let's just do it. I'm just hoping I don't keep drawing the same cards each time, because that just gets weird. I do switch up. I replace the ones that are drawn with new ones. I have a container of all of my prompts right here that I use. So we do that. All right, let's split it down right here in the middle. And let's start with draw number 1. Okay, we have the 5 of clubs. Clubs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a color wheel. Oh, this is a card I picked up. Draw number 1 is a color wheel. So for this, I will actually do a random color generator. Essentially, I'm going to go onto my phone, and we're going to do a color wheel. Color wheel picker. Wheel of colors, that's what it's called. Alright, no, I don't want to install it. And just because I'm lazy, we're just going to do this. Sorry about all the ads. I'm not paying for it. Why do we end up in yellow? Yellow. Okay. Let's see what I have that I want to read this month that's yellow. I have yellow books. That's not the word. We'll see if it's anything that I want to read. I'll be right back. Alright, so this is a bit more of a gold, but I'm going to go with this being yellow, and we're going to go with A Language of Dragons by S.F. Williamson. This was one of my anticipated releases for this year. It came out in January and I never read it. But let me just read the description for you really quickly. London, 1923. Dragons soar through the skies and protests erupt on the streets, but Vivian Featherswallow isn't worried. She's going to follow the rules, get a summer internship studying dragon languages, be smart, be sweet, and make sure her little sister never ever has to risk growing up 3rd class. She just has to free one dragon. By midnight, Viv has started a civil war. With her parents and cousin arrested and her sister missing, Viv is brought to Bletchley Park as a code breaker. If she succeeds, she and her family can all go home, but if she doesn't, they'll all die. As Viv begins to discover the secrets of a hidden dragon language, she realizes that the fragile peace treaty that holds human and dragon societies together is corrupt, and the dangerous work Viv is doing could be the thread that unravels it. So I have been anticipating this one. I think it sounds really cool. Dragon languages. I love the idea. So this one is going to be going on my TBR. It's one that I wanted to read this year anyways. It was a new release, so there we go. I also do have like a Christmas time tea. It's a candy cane black tea from Tea & Co, I think. So would recommend. And my mug does say Feliz Navidad on it. Feliz Navidad, but it's on the wrong side. I don't usually drink coffee with my left hand. I just don't. I don't know. I also had it sitting on my right hand, so. Or on my right side. All right. I will, after this, talk about the advent calendar that I have too, because it is bookish related as well. So stick around for that. Draw number 2. Another one. Goodness, I did shuffle. You saw me shuffle. The 6 of clubs. And I wanted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5, 6. Cue the heavy sighs. A tome. So a tome, by my definition, is any book over 500 pages. I have several of those. I have many of those, honestly. But you know what? I think I know what I'm going to pick, actually. But I gotta check page numbers. It is 543. 543 pages. I am going to read When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. I started this book a long time ago and then had to take it back to the library, so I now have a copy, and now I can read this very pretty book. As an assassin for the rebellion group Fur de Ath, Rave's job is to complete orders and never get caught. When a rival bounty hunter turns her world upside down, blood spills, hearts break, and Rave finds herself imprisoned by the Guild of Nobles, a group of powerful fae who turn her into a political statement. Crushed by the loss of his great love, Khan Vagor took the head of a king and donned his melted crown. Now on a tireless quest to quell the never-ebbing ache in his chest, a clue lures him into the capital's high-security prison where he stumbles upon the imprisoned Rave. Echoes of the past race between them. There's more to their story than meets the eye, but some truths are too poisonous to swallow. I know there's dragons, and I remember really enjoying what I had read, so I am going to add this one. I'm very excited. This is on my list of books to read before the end of the year. I think it was on my 25 and 25. I don't remember, honestly. I should go back and look at that video. I haven't looked at it, I think, since I posted it. I should do that. Oops. But this is what I got. All right, draw number 3. All right, we've got the 5 of diamonds. Diamonds, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, not you. Go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh. Oh, sprayed edges. All right, draw number 3 gave us sprayed edges. All right, what book do I have with sprayed edges that I can read? I have a lot of books actually with sprayed edges. I'm not going to lie. Because that seems to be a thing now that everybody wants to do, is the sprayed edges. So which one is the question? Let's check. All right, so for a book with sprayed edges, that took me a lot longer to figure out what I wanted to read than I thought I was going to. I'm going to try The Games Gods Play by Abigail Owen. This one, I know the sequel to this just came out this year as well. It has some very, very pretty sprayed edges that it's not going to show you. There we go. It has some very pretty sprayed edges, which I do enjoy. But yeah. And some very pretty end page art. I believe this is a romantasy. The gods love to play with us mere mortals, and every 100 years we let them. I have never been favored by the gods, far from it, thanks to Zeus. Living as a cursed office clerk for the Order of Thieves, I just keep my head down and hope the capricious beings who rule from Olympus won't notice me. Not an easy feat, given San Francisco is Zeus's patron city, but I make do. I survive. Until the night I tangle with a different god. The worst god. Hades. For the first time ever, the ruthless Mercurial king of the underworld has entered the crucible, the deadly contest the gods hold to determine a new ruler to sit on the throne of Olympus. But instead of fighting their own battles, the gods name mortals to compete in their stead. So why in the underworld did Hades choose me, a sarcastic nobody with a curse on her shoulders, as his champion? And why does my heart trip every time he says I'm his? I don't know if I'm a pawn, bait, or something else entirely to this dangerous, tempting god. How can I when he has more secrets than stars in the sky? Because Hades is playing by his own rules, and death will win at any cost. So, there we go. We'll see. I've heard mixed reviews about this one, but I do want to read it. It has been on my shelves for a while now. So, that's book number 3. All right, draw number 4. All right, we got the 2 of diamonds. We're not very all over the place today. All right, 2 of diamonds. 1, 2. Rude. Mythology. All right. So, draw number 4 got us Mythology, which is a book I just picked. It was a mythology book. But let's see what else I can come up with. So, I know what I should read. Should being the apropos word here. Alright, so for mythology, I'm making a terrible life decision. I'm gonna try and finally read The Hunger of the Gods, which is the 2nd book in the Bloodsworn trilogy. I had started this one at one point. We have the audiobook. Oh yeah, I was 58 pages in when I put it down, according to my bookmark here. But I don't really want to give a summary of this book. I don't remember exactly what it's about. I really don't. I know it follows 3 different points of view, and the first one is a woman whose home is attacked, her husband is killed, and her son is taken. This series is based in Norse mythology, which is why I'm going to be using it. So that's what I remember. The next one is a slave who is battling to become a part of the Bloodsworn. And the third one is a member, I want to say, of a hunting party. It's 2 female and 1 male perspective. It's very brutal, very violent, very descriptive, very well done in my opinion. I really truly enjoyed it. I do look forward to jumping back into this series. I probably should pick some smaller books though and some non-fantasy books because I've got 4 fantasy books now. That's what I'm being pulled towards though, is the fantasy stuff. All right, 3 more draws. Oh, that's right, 7 books. Draw number 5. Oh, we got a face card. We've got the Jack of Spades. Hey, it's Zorro. All right, Jack of Spades. So Jack is 3 from the bottom because it's King Jack, King Queen Jack. So here's Spades, 3 from the bottom. 1, 2, 3. Come on, focus please. Oh, excellent. We got a paperback. All right, so as you saw, draw number 5 is a paperback, so it's leaving me off the hook a little bit. Let's find a cute romance paperback that I can read for the month to kind of calm this down a bit. All right, so for paperback, I have decided I'm going to pick up Love at First Sighting by Mallory Merlot. This is such an anticipated read for me. I absolutely adored... Where did it go? I just saw it. Love and Other Conspiracies by her. This one is like kind of set in the same world, but it follows a social media influencer and a man in black. Los Angeles social media influencer Ellen Martin seems to have a picture-perfect life, but what Elle wants more than anything is to find something real to make her heart race in a way it hasn't in years. She didn't expect that feeling to come from capturing footage of an unidentified flying thing, much less from the charming man in black who keeps following her around. Agent Carter Brody is trying his best to keep the private intelligence sector afloat by dragging their hopelessly out-of-date office into this century, even though what he really wants to do is follow in his father's footsteps by identifying and hiding extraterrestrial sightings. He gets his chance after being assigned to Elle's case and is stopped in his tracks not only by her ingenuity and confidence, but also by an unnerving coincidence. Her sighting looks eerily like what Carter himself saw right before a family tragedy. The deeper Elle and Carter fall into the mystery, the harder it is for them to ignore their growing chemistry as their own alien feelings become dangerously terrestrial. Mallory Merlot just has a fun way with this sort of like paranormal kind of stuff. The last one was Bigfoot-esque. This one's going to be aliens. I am so excited for this. All right, so then we've got draw number 6. Oh, and we've got another one. It's like 2 and 2 and 2. What the heck? All right, we got the 9 of spades. This is really weird, actually, that I've gotten 2. I got 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, and then 2 spades. That's weird. I promise I shuffled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh. Alright, so we've got a library book. Okay, so for library book, I actually don't have a book on me that I'm going to be reading next month, mostly because I don't know what I'm going to check out. I haven't gotten that far yet, so I will pick that one when it comes. I'll put a picture here if I find them beforehand. Otherwise, we'll have to wait and see what comes up. And the last draw is going to be the Ace of Clubs. Ace of Clubs. So right up at the top. Oh, damn. Alright, I gotta finish a series. These are still here, okay. Okay. The first one that pops into my mind was not make me happy. Am I gonna try and do that? I might try and do that. I might. Oh no. I'm not close to the finish of any series that I have going right now, I don't think. Because I'm finishing To Green Angel Tower right now, and that was my holstered one. I'm gonna not have a good time. Well, I might have a great time, honestly. But that's very worrisome. Okay, it was the mailman. He had a package for me, so that was very nice. I got my picture frame for the wedding puzzle, so hopefully it works. We'll see. That's a different thing. Finished series, though. I had a thought. I had to think about it, and I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. I'm gonna see what I can do. You know, go big or go home, right? Well, I'm home, so we're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna try and finish this series. I'm gonna have to pick up something romance from the library because this is not gonna work otherwise. This is a very high fantasy heavy month. All right, finished series. I'm gonna try and finish the Bloodsworn trilogy. All right. Why do I do this to myself? We've got these books plus one. I caught it. That would have been bad. We've got these books plus a library book that I will have in a vlog at some point, so I'll let you know what I end up reading, and in a wrap up. So let's start with. We got, goodness gracious, you do not want to play nice. All right, so we've got color wheel. I picked yellow and ended up with A Language of Dragons by, I was gonna say S.A. Williamson, it's S.F. Williamson. A Language of Dragons by S.F. Williamson. For a tome, we went with When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. For Sprayed Edges, I did The Games Gods Play by Abigail Owens. For mythology book, we picked The Hunger of the Gods by John Gwynne. For a paperback, I have Love at First Sighting by Mallory Merlot. I have a library book that I will pick at a later date. And then for finishing a series, we're gonna do The Fury of the Gods by John Gwynne. And we're going to regret our life choices here. Okay. Well, good thing I want to read fantasy. I hope. We'll see. That's my TBR though, but I also wanted to share something else with you guys. I have an advent calendar. It is one that my mother actually bought me, and it is the Lit Joy calendar. It has 25 days, and they're all book ornaments. We did look in the first one, and I'm very excited. I can do an unboxing on the channel. Otherwise, I was planning on just doing one a day in vlogs. But if you guys have an interest in actually wanting to see me unbox it, let me know. I can do that. I'm really okay with doing it either way. But it's kind of a cool box. Very sleek, very thin, very slim. And it's just, they're honestly kind of hard to get out. Come in. They're just little boxes the presents and the numbers on both sides. So there we go. Put it in. And let me know if you guys want me to do an unboxing, because I think that might be kind of fun. All right. That's what I got for you guys here today. I hope you enjoyed this TBR. I know I'm dreading it, so it'll be fun. And until next time, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all of you guys who do. I know my last like several videos on Wednesdays have all been TBR videos, strangely enough, and I'm not sure why I decided to do that. And the 10 before the end, I got one of them on here. Oops. So we'll see how that goes. I still have 6, I think, of them left to read. 6 or 7 of them left to read still. So apparently I think highly of my ability to read books in December and in the next week. So we'll see how it goes. I will let you guys know. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, keep reading, and keep moving forward. Bye.